successful ankle surgery on Sunday night, but is still looking at a 4 to 6 month recovery window. Backup quarterback Andy Dalton, meanwhile, will be tasked with guiding a team that currently sits in first place in their division despite just a 2-3 record. But Philly, Washington, and even New York are all within striking distance right now. So, Shannon, will the Cowboys still win the NFC East?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes, Skip, but that's not saying much. They're not, I mean, the teams in that division aren't very good. And as you mentioned, you win your division, you get a home playoff game. But, Skip, I don't see a scenario where either the Eagles or the Cowboys win this division and they win a playoff game. I just don't see it. And I could be wrong. I think when you look at the Eagles, Alshon and D-Jack, Jalen Reagor, I mean, Skip, they're relying on Fulgham. They're relying on Greg Ward Jr. I mean, it just, at some point in time, that catches up with you. I don't think Doug Peterson has coached a good game, called a good game this year. I definitely don't think Carson Wentz has played a good game this year. They've been defense, they've been a little inconsistent. But I normally can count on them more so than I can the offense. And so for me, Skip, 7-8 wins, they're probably going to win this division. And to say that it's not going to be like the AFC North. Somebody's probably going to have to get to 12-4, 13-3, Skip, to win that division. And they might have 3 teams come out of that division because you got 2 wild cards, 2 wild cards that 3 wild cards this year, because you got 4 division winners, 3 wild cards instead of. Yep. So 3 playoff teams might actually come from 1 division. So if that was the AFC North, and you're talking about, well, who's going to win the division? I was like, okay, this team's going to win it. Feel good saying they're going to be, 12, 11, 12, somewhere between 11-5, 13-3. But to say somebody's going to win the NFC East and you can get to 8 wins and win that division, so I'm going to say the Cowboys will win by default. They have the most talent of anybody in the NFC East. But I think the Eagles, if they could get healthy and sustain that for any period of time, I think they could win it. But I just don't see them being healthy enough to win.
Right now, from what I saw of Eagles at Steelers, I think the Eagles are playing a little better football than the Cowboys on both sides of the ball. I was impressed. It was higher scoring, but they hung in there, and they had a chance to win it. Your man, walk it to him. He would sometimes bounce it to him, but he made some good throws. Fulgham's coming along. He looks like he's pretty good, and I've always liked Greg Ward Jr. So they're reasonable in their receiving core, and Miles Sanders, he can get loose occasionally and hurt you. Okay, so their defense is definitely better than Dallas's. But what did I tell you after I saw that game on Sunday? I can't argue the stats that the Giants put up, but I did see flashes all over my defense of signs of life, of the potential to come back together and be a decent unit by midseason. I saw 3 of my players on defense make the Pro Football Focus weekly All-Pro team. They do one every week, and 3 of my guys made first-team All-Pro. That's everybody all over the league in all weekend. Everybody gets a shot at making All-Pro, and guess who made it? I told you, Jalen Smith, that might have been the best game he's played as a Dallas Cowboy. He was everywhere. His pride got wounded, and he said, okay, watch this. And Aldon Smith made it. And the guy you've been all over, D-Law, DeMarcus Lawrence, he made first-team All-Pro this week.
Skip, if somebody had a game like Aaron Donald had, I'd say, you know what, Skip, they deserve to be on there. But, Skip, they gave up 34 points.
Well, no, remember,
to a team that averages 12.
My quarterback gave up 7 of those.
Okay, so now they gave up 27 points to a team that averages 12. How is that good? I can see, Skip, if they held them to their average, or they held them to, let's just say they held them to 17. Okay, I get you. Okay, they got 5 points. Skip, how you
and I'll even pile on myself here. Twice they got calls that were ticky-tack at best that saved 4 points and 4 points because it turned into field goals as opposed to a touchdown that got scored. The trick play, the fake field goal, and then another deep pass for a touchdown, and they called a pick play. Okay? So I got saved on those. I'll give you both of those. I still saw signs of new life. I still know that my man Randy Gregory is about to be, he's reinstated, he's practicing, and he can play next week. Not Arizona, but it's at Washington. He can play at Washington. Last seen in 2018, Randy Gregory had 6 sacks. He can fly off the edge, even in ways D-Law and Aldon Smith can't. They're bigger, stronger, more bull rushers. Randy Gregory just flies off the edge, and he's not too old. He's 27 years of age. I believe he will be a factor if they can keep him eligible, obviously.
Okay.
Okay? So that will help. I saw Anthony Brown come back from injury, and he was the one who scooped and scored off the D-Law sack fumble. And I thought, okay, he's pretty good. Maybe the kids, maybe Trevon Diggs will start to figure it out. Maybe the safeties will be a little bit safer than they've been.
I saw Jeff Heath got a pick on Sunday.
He did. Loved it. I tweeted about it.
Your guy?
I said I missed him. Jeff Heath. He made me miss him. And I always thought he was just another guy. But he overachieved, and now he made the first team All-Pro.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And by the way, my guy CeeDee Lamb made first team All-Pro because he should have. He went over 100 yards. So what's the new formula? It's Zeke's team, it's eat, Zeke, eat, and it's Andy Dalton as, I'll give you this, as game manager. If you want to say game manager, because I don't think it bothers him a bit. He seems to have little to no ego. Whatever needs to get done, he will get it done. He has 3 big-time receivers to throw to. He has a decent tight end to throw to, but it won't matter as much as it did to Dak because I hope they don't fall behind by 17 or 21 or whatever.
Well, hopefully, if they were to fall behind, I don't hope, but if they were to fall behind, clearly you don't have the same confidence in Andy Dalton as you did.
You're done. You're done. You're going to lose badly.
Right.
And Dak, the ultimate captain comeback, he will at least get you back in the game. And they got back in the game the other day because of a sack fumble and a scoop and score. That's what tied the game. Okay, well, that's a sign of life. My defense doesn't take it away. It had 2 takeaways the whole year. Now it's got another one. It's got 3. It's still the worst in the league in turnover ratio.
One also.
Okay, I got.
So you got
okay,
but you got your hands full because you got a guy not only can throw the football, you got a guy that can run around and scramble on Monday night. So good luck trying to contain him.
Which is why they are like, are they 3-point or maybe it's 3.5-point underdogs?
And D-Hop.
Yep, and D-Hop. I got it. But I still like my new formula for success. And I definitely like my schedule against the Eagles' schedule because if I look down this schedule, I don't know what you're going to do with this, but you got Baltimore next, and you still have to go to Cleveland. You got the Seahawks on a Monday night. You got to go to Green Bay. You got the Saints. You got to go to Kyler Murray, and you got to go to Dallas. Those are your hard games. If you lose all those, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more losses. You already have 3. 10 losses?
Well, I mean, because they won the division, they get punished because you guys get to dodge Baltimore. You guys get to dodge Green Bay.
Okay. Well, I'll take it because we went 8-8 last year, so we got paid back with a slightly easier schedule than yours. Slightly
no
easier.
Baltimore, no Green Bay. Okay. You talking about slightly?
Slightly easier than yours. Well, we still got. We got Arizona, and we're not even favored at home. And then we got to go to Philly, and we got the Steelers at home. We got to go to Minnesota. We got to go to Baltimore.